I invented eyebrows. Eyebrows is the most important feature on our face that creates balance and proportion. My goal always was to create the perfect eyebrow for my clients.
Out of every celebrity that you've worked on a lot. Who has the most golden ratio-ish face you've ever seen?
All my clients have the perfect.
You're going to get her in some trouble here.
Yeah.
To start, I think we were talking off air about the best way to go about this. I really think, we can talk all about the business, but I think your story is so incredible. We have a lot of young listeners that are thinking about what they want to do in life, thinking about what businesses they want to start, what careers they want to go into. But to start with you, I want to go way back to Romania and how you grew up and talk about that a little bit.
I grew up in Romania. My family immigrated from Macedonia. And they decide to come to Romania and, open businesses, and everything was around 1939. By the 60s, before the start of the communist regime, everybody in the family was, they had businesses, they were flourishing, they built homes, they bought properties, and during the communist regime, they start taking away everything from them. By the 70s, I think situation became very difficult. Despite living in a communist regime, I had an incredible family. My grandfather was such an incredible person that inspired me so much. He built so many homes along the way, and he had to move his whole family. He had 7 kids. By the time he had the 5th kid, he went in World War II, and he came back. My grandmother took care of the kids. So I come from a family with a lot of strength, a lot of resilience. And as a kid, I watched them. I saw how everything happened. So we were immigrants in Romania. I was born there, but my parents and grandparents were immigrants in Romania.
Where did they come from?
Albania.
Albania, okay.
Macedonia. Macedonia was divided from Albania. What I saw them, being this amazing family. My grandmother took care of the kids. My grandfather and all my uncles built an incredible businesses and was a thriving family. And school was amazing when I grew up. I had incredible teachers. We didn't have computers. We read all the time. Probably half of my time I will spend in a library reading books, and the teachers were incredible. So you had a desire to learn and to go to school and to know more, because we were so secluded because of the communist regime. We couldn't go anywhere. We didn't have anything to watch on TV. So just books were everything for us.
And what year in your life did the communist regime kind of take over? How old were you?
Oh, even before I was born.
Okay, so your family immigrates there, and when you say they started taking things away from your grandfather, like what does that look like?
Slowly, like they will one day, like their last home that was a very big house. Ceausescu, which was the president at that time, said he drove one day and it's like, I want to build huge buildings here with apartments. And all these homes, they have to be...
And we're not paying you for them? Or did they?
They gave you like $90,000. Like you will have a home, 20-room home, and they will give you $90, and they will put you in a 2-bedroom apartment at 4th floor with no elevator. So, and we couldn't do anything about it.
I imagine your grandfather was extremely stressed because you think you have all these assets, and then one day they just, we're going to take that one, we're going to take that one. You can't do anything.
Yes, not only homes, but even lands, the story is way bigger that we don't have enough time to tell you how difficult it was and how, but he was still strong enough to move on. He never looked back. He like, okay, let's see what we're gonna do and how we could make our life better. It was a lesson.
No, I don't think people realize, especially coming from this country and being born here, they can't even imagine what that would look like. You don't have those kind of issues here, right?
Yes, you don't.
When you were a little girl, did you know what was going on kind of, or no?
What was going on around?
Yeah, could you understand that there was a stress?
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course you were. I mean, not when I was little, when I grew up a little bit, because it all started gradually. By the early 70s, the situation became worse. We didn't have food in the department store, in the markets. People couldn't buy, there were lines to buy bread or milk for kids. Everything was on the black market if you want to buy something. It was worse and worse. Every year was something else taking away from you, to the point that we didn't have electricity after 6 o'clock because he wanted to save money for the country or whatever there were a bigger issue to discuss about what he wanted to do. But it affected everybody in the country. There were 22 million people. By 6 o'clock, you didn't have electricity. If you don't have electricity, you don't have heat in the winter. So it was rough.
Yikes! Yeah. So was it your father, your mother, your grandfather who decides to try to make a change? Like, what's the plan that takes place in order to improve your circumstances?
Well, everything was how you could survive. It was a community of Macedonian that they were able to get stuff on the black market, because you had to survive. You had to give food to the kids. You had to, they will take your electricity. We build fireplaces with wood, and we'll bring the wood in. And we had our own heating system, but work with the oil. But you needed electricity. But we build fireplaces in every single room to use it when we didn't have the electricity. So there were issues that you constantly try to find a solution to the problem.
I always tell my husband that the most important lesson I want to teach my daughter is how to be resourceful. And it sounds like
you had to.
That sounds like you had the childhood of resourcefulness.
Yes, you had to be resourceful. The parents, the grandparents, the people, this is how they live in Romania. You had to come with a solution.
So what ended up happening?
Well, I decided to leave Romania in 1987. My husband was ship captain, and we decided he will defect the ship in Italy. He asked political asylum, and he came to United States in 97, sorry. 87.
What does that mean when you ask political asylum?
You go to the American embassy and you say, hey, I'm political, I'm asking for political asylum because I live in a communist regime that is definitely.
And what are the dangers of doing that? Like, if they find out you're defecting from a ship, what are the dangers there?
Well, you make sure that they don't find out.
Sure, but if they
they will put you in jail in Romania.
Yeah.
Wow.
So this is a scary thing that you both have to go through. Did you? And when you started planning that, what does that look like?
Well, he came here. He defected he had the chance to go to the American embassy, but was difficult for me because I was in Romania. They couldn't find him, obviously. He came here in Los Angeles. I had to show up to the police station
So he went
for
first.
interview. Yes, he came here because he was on the ship captain. I couldn't get out.
But did you guys have a plan to meet up at some point, or was it just...
Yeah, but of course we had a plan. We thought that he's going to come here, ask for political asylum. He will get the green card, and then he will file paper for me to come. Well, I got immediately the paper from the American embassy, but Romanians will not give me the passport to leave the country. So it took me 3 years
Wow.
I waited 3 years, and I can't tell you how many times I had to go to the police station and I would be interrogated. It's like, okay, your husband left. Did you know? You knew? Did you talk? Like, no, I didn't know. Well, then you should divorce him because
So they
he
were
will call
pressuring you
him
to divorce him and stay.
Exactly. Well,
So
you
what
don't have-
happens when you leave? Can they do anything when you leave
when I leave
to America?
No, they couldn't do. Trust me, it took me 3 years to get the passport to come to America, but was the most difficult time to be able to manage those 3 years there, because you will be asked to go to the police station at 9:00 in the morning. You never knew if you get out or they will keep you there in prison for, I don't know, for no reason, and nobody will know what happened.
But they never kept you there. They let you go
No,
every time.
Yes, every time.
So when you came to America, was it a pleasant surprise?
That's so interesting. I never talk about this. I have never talked about it.
Really?
Good, perfect place.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like this has so much to do with what you've built.
Yes, for sure. But
When we talk all the time, we were just talking to a really young person on the show, and we were talking about resourcefulness and talking
Yes.
about perceived hardships and what people think are hardships compared to what other people go through. And I
Yes.
think it's important for people to hear stories like this, because I think sometimes in this country in particular, people take what we have here for granted sometimes. And it's not to say that there's not issues in every part of the world, but I don't think people realize how hard life can be in other areas at times. So I think it's important to share these kind of stories, because it may inspire some people to say, okay, maybe I don't have it so bad, or people that have it bad, maybe that they see a way out now and they see that there's a path. And like Lauren said, I think it's such an important part that must have played such a huge role in what you've built.
for sure.
I got the cutest baby blue Celine wallet on eBay. And why I shop for handbags and wallets and coin purses on eBay is because eBay has an authenticity guarantee, and this protects buyers from fakes. So when you order something, you're getting the real deal. They really want buyers to have confidence in knowing that their purchases are backed. I am so about this. I have gotten faked over by sites, and with eBay, you'll never get faked over again. The service currently covers items across sneakers, watches, handbags, jewelry, and streetwear. They also have fashion. I'm a huge fan of always checking up on the handbag section.
You should know that any item with a blue authenticity guarantee checkmark is guaranteed to be the real deal. So it's sent to an authentication team who personally inspects the items and then checks it against the listing and authenticates it.
For handbags, they have the best brands. They have Louis Vuitton, Gucci, Saint Laurent, Dior, Prada, Fendi, Bottega, Goyard, Celine. I have scored something Celine on there. I've gotten a Prada bag on there. They also have really cute Saint Laurent situations. And then, of course, Prada has amazing purses. If you're into jewelry, they have Tiffany and Van Cleef, which we love. So ensure your next purchase is the real deal with eBay Authenticity Guarantee. Everyone deserves real. Visit ebay.com for terms. Everyone deserves real. Visit ebay.com for terms. Every single morning, I have my ice water, and every single morning, I jazz it up, okay? And one of the things I do to jazz up my water is chlorophyll. I have been using chlorophyll forever. Actually, a Skinny Confidential member told me about it for altitude sickness, and after implementing it into my routine, I've never looked back. It's such an easy way to have glowing skin, boost your energy, and it's even good for circulation. And the brand that I use is by Sakara. I add the beauty drops sometimes to my water too, and those are minerals. Additionally, if you're looking for ready-to-eat meals that are plant-rich, they deliver the most amazing meals ready to eat to your door. Everything is designed to manage weight, ease bloat, and keep your energy levels high. So go on the site, check out their meals. They're legit, and then also grab those drops. Sakara brings expertly designed organic nutrition programs and wellness essentials right to your door. Their science-backed, ready-to-eat meals deliver results you can see and feel. From weight management to easing bloat to even boosting energy and clearer skin, they got you covered. And right now, Sakara is offering our listeners 20% off your first order. You're going to go to sakara.com/skinny or enter code skinny at checkout. That's Sakara, SAKARA.com/skinny. You get 20% off your order. That's Sakara, SAKARA.com/skinny to get 20% off your first order. Sakara.com/skinny. So what are you waiting for?
We spend so much time talking about proper supplementation and all the different vitamins and minerals that we take. But what about our little ones, our children, the people that are most precious to us in our life? This is why Lauren and I love our partner, Haya Health, so much. Zaza every single morning asks for it's either yellow, green, or pink. Typical children's vitamins are basically candy in disguise filled with 2 teaspoons of sugar, unhealthy chemicals, and other gummy junk growing kids should never eat. That's why Haya was created, the pediatrician-approved, super-powered chewable vitamin. Zaza has this every morning, and as soon as Talon is able to chew, he will have it as well. This is a perfect way for kids to get all of their vitamins and minerals, including vitamin D, B12, C, zinc, folate, and many others to help support immunity, energy, brain function, mood, concentration, teeth, bones, and more. It's an incredible product and the kids love it. And it's super healthy and clean. It's also non-GMO, vegan, dairy-free, allergy-free, gelatin-free, nut-free, and everything else you can imagine. Haya is designed for kids of all ages and sent straight to your door so parents have one less thing to worry about in a world where we're worrying about so much. So check it out. We've worked out a special deal with Haya for their best-selling children's vitamin. Receive 50% off your first order. To claim this deal, you must go to hayahealth.com/skinny. This deal is not available on their regular website. Go to HIYAHEALTH.com/skinny and get your kids the full body nourishment they need to grow into healthy adults. Again, that's hayahealth.com/skinny to receive 50% off your first order.
The resilience, everything that I've learned, and I've been and spent my half of my life in Romania, obviously, it got me to be where I am today.
So when you first come here, do you remember anything that stood out as just being...
Of course, I remember
what
everything.
What are the things that you were maybe, I don't know, shocked by or surprised by or just... You know.
First of all, I love the weather, the palm trees and the weather. I was very surprised, and I love the fact that you could have as many jobs as you want, and you could work, and you could prove that you could do something. It was very difficult for me because I didn't speak the language. And it was very challenging, I think was probably the most challenging part of my being here at the beginning. I didn't know too many people. My family, I had a huge family in Romania, and everybody was there. They were part of my life. And I came here not knowing too many people. It was very difficult. That part was very difficult, but I felt so encouraged. I remember I walked into a supermarket, and I couldn't believe how many fruit and vegetables were there, and how the meat was. Remember, I came in the time where people had to wait from 12 o'clock at night until maybe the next day at 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon for a chicken. And sometimes the chicken will be finished before was your turn. And to walk in a store and see the abundance of everything, it was incredible. I will never forget that.
Well, I think this is exactly like why we're asking you these questions. So my point earlier is like, I think people take for granted sometimes the abundance here. Right. And
they take for granted because they were born here.
Yes.
If I was born here, I would do the same thing.
Yeah, it's no fault, but it's
No.
I think you have a we have a responsibility as people to make ourselves less ignorant as we grow older, right? And so it's becoming aware of these things. And I think sometimes people have a myopic view of the world, and they don't take a grander view of the world or a broader view. And I think it's important to do so that you can recognize opportunities.
I think it's very good when you are young, when you are in college, you should take a trip for a month and live in a country. Then you understand what you have here. I think it's very important. People should travel. People should spend some time, not as a tourist, just like live somewhere on the budget as much as for a few days at least.
When you were in Romania, what job were you doing there?
So my parents had a tailor shop, and my mother, I used to work with my mother. I used to do design the clothes for her and help her to run the business because she had employees, and I was working with my mother.
I knew you were going to say something artistic. It's interesting though, because your yes are so artistic, but also there's a business sense. So that makes it's a mixture, a medley of the two.
Oh, for
That's
sure.
why I wanted to know how this is being pulled through. Did you know when you moved here that you wanted to do anything like this, or was this not even in your sight?
No, never. I never thought I would work in beauty business. How it started. So I went and I studied construction engineering and technical. I studied 5 years technical design, and I was very good at drawing, and I start working with my mother, helping her to run her business. And my mother, I think, was probably the most incredible person that understood marketing, understood how to create a business in a place where you are not allowed to have your own business. But she was so good at what she was doing that she started making clothes for wives of the head of communist regime. So
so if you keep the wife happy, everybody
was happy.
Yeah, I get it.
So you, like you said, you had to be resourceful. You had to be to find ways to survive, because my father died when I was 12. So she took me next to her one night and she said, you have to help me because we need to survive. We have the house. We have to keep the house. You need to help me. And I said, Mom, I'm 12. I don't know anything about business. Like, you are smart. I'm going to teach you everything. So I used to do my homework between sewing machines, watching the girls that worked for her while she was doing her business. And I think that was, for me, almost like a training without even thinking, without even knowing that I will learn the steps.
So at what point did you realize that you wanted to go into beauty when you were in the United States?
So when my husband left, he came here and he said, I think you will have a very hard time because you don't speak the language. I suggest you should go to beauty school because there are so many Romanians and Eastern European that are estheticians. They are all teachers, engineers, but they are esthetician because you don't need to speak perfect English. And I went to school there. It's like 2 years school. In Romania, the esthetician school is a little bit more elaborate. It's almost like a college. When I came here, I already had the license, and I still didn't believe that I'm going to be working in the beauty business. The reason why I got the job in a salon was because my husband, with an international license, couldn't get a job because he was not American citizen. So
even though they gave him political asylum, he was not able to.
It's normal. You get a green card, and you need to wait 5 years to get your citizenship.
Oh, so during that 5-year period, what do? You can't work?
You could get other jobs, but not as a ship captain.
Sure. Okay. I get what you mean. He couldn't pursue his
career. Yes.
Okay. I got it.
So, I got a job. I met a Romanian lady that was pregnant, and she was working in a salon. And she asked me if during her time off, 3 months, if I want to work there. And when she will come back, I had to leave. So, of course, it was exciting for me to learn, to have some experience for 3 months. even so, I was unhappy. I still miss my family. I thought I would go back.
And was your husband the only?
Wow, you thought you would go back?
Oh, yes.
So who?
yeah.
So who of
Even
your family?
after all that turmoil that you experienced,
Yes.
you missed your family so much
So
that you
much.
thought you would go back.
Not only miss my family, but I felt like, oh my God, I don't speak the language. I mean, I can't do anything here.
Did you learn the language by just being around it?
My clients, yeah.
And when you started your esthetician, you said you took over for 3 months. Is this facials? Is this eyebrows? What is
Yes.
this? Everything.
No, it was facial, body waxing. Nobody was doing eyebrows at that time, but was facial and body waxing and makeup.
I've heard some people that come from communist regimes or communist countries come here and sometimes get overwhelmed because there's so much optionality here. It's so uncertain.
Yes.
There's so much going on where
Correct.
in those
almost
other
crave it.
places, it's a little bit, even though you don't have as much opportunity, it's certain, right?
Yes.
You wake up every day and it's kind of laid out.
Yeah.
Did you feel the same way?
It was overwhelming, of course. Yes.
Just because you
Too much
feel
stimulation, maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, I cannot even, I don't know. I couldn't find, I believed at that time that I will not be able to do something here. Even so, I dreamt so much to come here.
Yeah, I
Wow.
think it's a novel
Yeah.
concept, I think, if you were born here to think like that, but it makes a ton of sense if you kind of have your life set up in a way where you know exactly what to expect. And then you come here and you have no idea what to expect.
Mhm.
And the state's maybe not doing, they're not going to basically set up your life. It's like, you got to
Like
go make it
you
for
are
yourself.
on your own. You have to do what you have to do.
And so did you feel that way in the beginning?
I felt so overwhelmed. I felt like this, I couldn't do it. I thought this is way more difficult than I thought.
Yeah, and then imagine your support system, which is your family, is all in another
Yes,
place.
I think that played a very big role for me. My support system, my family wasn't with me. So
When did you start to notice momentum in your career?
so I 2 years after being in that salon, I mean, they kept me after the girl came back because I thought, okay, I'm going to be here. In my mind was that I'm going to go back to Romania, but let me do the best what I'm here. So the owners loved me so much because I was trying to learn from them. I mean, I was an esthetician, but I was like their assistant. I will clean their station. I will cut the strips because I wanted to learn from them how they are doing the business. I thought, I want to learn. I need to learn. Even if I will be here for a year or two, I need to learn everything. And after a year and a half, I decide to go to the owner and say, hey, I think we should do eyebrows here because in Romania, I used myself to go to get my facials and the esthetician used to tweeze my eyebrows. Even so, I thought my eyebrows look very thin and round because that was the fashion in the 80s. And we should do eyebrows. I mean, I studied golden ratio, the Leonardo da Vinci theory, and I went to the library because we didn't have a computer, so we needed to go there. I went to the library and I kind of tried to figure out how you applied the golden ratio.
I recently just recorded a masterclass with Dr. Dennis Gross, and I got to pick his brain on all things lips. So here's what he said. He has this FaceWear Pro LED device that I've been wearing forever. I wear it when I meditate for daily red light therapy. It's so easy to use on your face, but they just came out with a new device that targets the lips. So he totally recommended this. It's his new Lipwear Pro, and you put it on your lips, and basically what it does is boost collagen. This is amazing for preventative anti-aging on the lips, but also for plumping. So if you're looking for something to do in between lip filler treatments, or you just don't want to get lip filler, this is an incredible alternative. He then pairs it with this amazing product that he created, and it's called Derm Infusion's Plump and Repair Lip Treatment. I had the opportunity to test this out for a long time, and boy, oh boy, does it work. It plumps the shit out of your lips. So he recommended using this in tandem with his new Lip Wear Pro to boost the collagen and upgrade your lip care routine. If you want to take your beauty routines to the next level with immediate and long-term benefits, go to ddg.skin/skinny. You can also click the link in description to shop my exclusive bundles featuring the new lip products and some of my other all-time favorites for up to 25% off. That's ddg.skin/skinny.
Our next partner, show sponsor, longtime friend of the show, AG1, the daily foundational nutritional supplement that supports whole body health. We've had guys like Andrew Huberman come on the show, and one of the things that Andrew taught us is taking coffee first thing in the morning may not be the best way to start your day. So what we do now is we have our coffee 90 minutes, or tea or matcha, 90 minutes after we wake to kind of give the body a reset. During that time, what we're primarily doing is hydrating, resting, getting our body right. And with that hydration, every single morning, first thing, because it doesn't break the fast, we're taking AG1. Here's what I love about AG1 so much. It gives you all of the wallop, all of the pack, all of the punch of so many different supplements, minerals, adaptogens, prebiotics, probiotics in one single scoop of green serving. Since 2010, they've improved their formula 52 times in the pursuit of making it the best foundational nutritional supplement possible through high quality ingredients and rigorous standards. If you're going to buy only one single supplement, this is the one to buy because it packs such a punch and has so much in it. This can be used to replace your multivitamin, your probiotic, and more. One simple drinkable habit, science-driven formulation of vitamins, probiotics, and whole food source nutrients. And of course, we have an offer just for you, like always. If you want to take ownership of your health, it starts with AG1. Try AG1 and a free 1-year supply of vitamin D and 5 free AG1 travel packs with your first purchase. Go to drinkag1.com/skinny. That's drinkag1.com/skinny. Check it out and be sure to start your morning right.
This episode of The Skinny Confidential is brought to you by Poise Ultra Thins. After 2 kids, I've learned a lot about motherhood. I've learned tips and tricks through you guys, and this tip actually came through you. So if you're someone who experiences bladder leaks, because 1 in 2 women over 20 do, then get rid of the period pads, okay? They're not designed for pee. You need an ultra thin pad. Enter Poise. These are designed specifically for pee, okay? So instead of putting a huge lumbering pad, you can just put a little Poise Ultra Thin. It fits and flexes with your body. I know a lot of moms had told me before I had a baby that when they jump on like a trampoline or they do a hard workout, that they'll have bladder leaks. And this is the answer. It's thin, it's comfortable, it's seamless, and it's not some, like I said, huge like period pad. We don't want that. I know as a mom, it's really important to enjoy the little moments with your kids, and Poise Ultra Thins provides protection so you can cherish those precious moments worry-free. If I'm using an Ultra Thin, I personally like it with wings because I feel like it wraps around the underwear and grips the underwear so it's not moving around. And these ones are super, super thin, so they're not going to get in the way. If you're looking for something with bladder leaks, or maybe you have a friend that's like embarrassed to ask about it, tell them about Poise Ultra Thins. It takes poise. Learn more at poise.com. That's poise.com.
Can you explain the golden ratio?
Hold on. Does Michael have the golden ratio?
What is the golden ratio?
You tell him the golden ratio.
The golden ratio, it's a formula
Okay.
that will apply to a certain part, especially on our face, brings balance and proportion. So the whole should be part in 2, and the second part should be bigger than the third part. So what I'm saying here is this. So A to B.
On paper?
Here,
No, try. You can erase it.
So it's A to B. Yeah, this is easier. And this is C. So this is the whole, and this part, if you divide to this, should be 1.618. So it's a mathematical formula that if you look at Leonardo da Vinci theory, he has the entire body, the face, except the eyebrows. He never did, he never talked about the eyebrows. And going to the library, I was able to kind of try to fix my own eyebrows using the golden ratio.
But I have a couple questions about this. When you just showed me the measurement, you
Yes.
drew it out.
Mm-hmm.
is there a certain beauty standard that your eyes should be a certain separation? And
course.
like, can you explain that part?
If we go into that, we'll spend the entire podcast only on that. Maybe we should have that.
Because do you look at someone and can you see like
So to summarize this, applying to the eyebrows and to the face is above middle of inside of the nostril. Your eyebrow should start there. Outside corner of the nose, corner of the eyes. This line that ends in the eyebrow should be the end of your eyebrows, and tip of your nose, middle of the iris. This should be the highest part of your eyebrows. Now there will be standard deviation. If your nose bridge is wider, and your eye, obviously from the hairline, we have 5 eyes here, the size of 5 eyes. So if you have very big eyes, obviously the space between the eyes is bigger, the nose bridge is bigger. So you bring the eyebrow a little bit closer. If you have thinner nose bridge, the eyes are a little bit more close up, then you go a little bit wider. So that's standard deviation. But all put together, the eyebrow always 99% should start above middle of inside of the nostril.
Did you invent that? What you just said?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
because I've heard that from.
I patent.
You patented.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
That's a big deal, Michael, because
it's-
every single eyebrow person uses what she just said. I've
Yes.
gotten my eyebrows waxed a
Yes.
lot. They do that on me.
Correct.
And my eyebrows are a little short right now, Anastasia, because I shaved the ends. We can talk about it
okay.
later. But,
But you're
maybe not
saying essentially you can help accommodate the golden ratio by manipulating the eyebrows.
Completely.
Okay.
Eyebrows is
See, I'm
the
following
most
along. I understand.
important feature on our face that creates balance and proportion. Because for
Because you can't change your nose or your actual eyes, but you
Correct.
can change the eyebrows.
Yes.
I
well,
got
you
it.
can change your nose.
and by changing the eyebrow shape, you create even better harmony within your face, because from the hairline to the eyebrow, base of the nose to the chin, those 3 zones should be equal. I studied Leonardo da Vinci theory that he used on the human body and especially the face many times, and you could go and you could see everywhere, but in every of his books. But by doing eyebrow correctly based on my patent technique, you are able to create those 3 zones. So if, for instance, myself, I have a very big upper lid, yes, I tweeze a lot, and in the 80s, my esthetician used to tweeze very much here because the shape of the eyebrow, that fashionable shape, was thin and round. What that did, created way too much space here. So zone number 2 was too big, minimized zone number 1, and zone number 3 was good.
so what you're saying is your face out of harmony.
Was out of harmony. So by filling in lower to create that perfect balance and the 3 zones equal, following my technique where the eyebrow should end, and should begin, you are able to create a harmony. Like if my zone number 2 is too big, make my face too long.
How's Michael's zone number 2?
So the golden
It's
ratio.
Come
There we go.
on. Is it really perfect?
So the golden ratio is
Yes.
what Da Vinci classifies as what you want to have the most attractive face possible
Yes.
from a ratio standpoint.
Correct.
So
Because
if a plastic surgeon should use the golden ratio when they're performing plastic surgery,
I'm
right?
sure there are a lot of doctors that do that, because if you use the golden ratio on the face, it creates a harmony, and the human eye is encoded to recognize that. You will see people that, I don't know, they don't have the perfect nose or the perfect eyes or but because they are in harmony, you perceive as beautiful.
Yeah, there's a really popular podcaster named Andrew Huberman, who's a friend of the show, and he was saying that the human eyes are, we're programmed to recognize this kind of face. And so sometimes even again, no judgment, but people that tattoo their face,
Yes.
or they put something here or here, it throws off how we're able to perceive that face from an I don't want to say we view it as ugly, but
Yes.
it just throws off what we're programmed to look for in a face.
Correct.
And so it's
Yeah,
hard to
could be.
recognize it.
Mm-hmm.
So if someone's looking to see if they have the golden ratio, is there actual measurements that they can do on themselves?
Yes. So the first you do from the hairline to the eyebrow, base of the nose and chin. Those 3 zones should be equal. And then you do the measurement for the eyebrows. Above middle of inside of the nostril, that should be the beginning of your eyebrow. Outside corner of the nose, corner of the eyes should be the end. Tip of your nose, middle of the iris, this should be the highest part. Now on this diagonal, to make sure it's not too high or too low, you have the iris here, and you need on the diagonal, you need another iris, an imaginary iris, to understand where the eyebrow should be placed.
For people
that needs to be a TikTok.
Yeah.
That's a TikTok. No, I'm serious. People will love that.
Pull that. For people that are listening, you should go watch the video version if you want to see what she's describing.
Yeah. I have a question. Out of this is a little tangent. We're going to go back to what you were saying. Out of every celebrity that you've worked on a lot. Who has the most golden ratio-ish face you've ever seen?
All my clients have the perfect.
You're going to get her in some trouble here.
Yeah. No, but
that'll be the headline of the episode.
Isn't there one celebrity, though, that just has it?
My goal always was to create the perfect eyebrow for my clients. So you look at Jennifer Lopez. She has the most beautiful face. Her eyebrow is thick. That brings the perfect balance and proportion with her face. Okay, if her eyebrow will be thin, will not be as perfect. She has beautiful face. Oprah Winfrey, she has gorgeous, thick, gorgeous eyebrows because her measurements, if you look, it fills. Not only you need to fill, I created the stencil, you need to fill that space, but you need to follow the natural eyebrow shape.
And you have these stencils, if anyone's listening, you have these stencils where you can get the perfect eyebrow shape, which is genius.
You will have a guideline to know exactly where your eyebrow. So after you did the 3 marks, then you connect this number 1 here, you keep this parallel to the ground, and you fill in with eyebrow.
Which one would you use on me, or can I pick
on you? I will use full arch.
Full arch.
Because you have beautiful thick eyebrows.
Full arch.
I love your eyebrows.
Okay, I need to.
Yeah.
So I think I shaved the ends a little too much.
Yes.
Do you see it a little bit too much right here?
See. Yeah.
Of course I see.
Of course I see. So you would fill in the ends a little bit more for me.
Yes. And I will try to grow a little bit more lower because you went too much here.
Okay.
So it will be really great if you could grow 1 row below, and then you lower the eyebrow a little bit.
So you would have me grow 1.
Yes.
I'm not going to touch my eyebrows.
Do you have an issue in life now when you meet people, you just go straight in on the eyebrows and follow them?
Like, of course. I used to go with my daughter to the supermarket, and I couldn't take my eyes if the lady will have a wrong eyebrow, and I will say, "Wow, you should do." And my daughter is, "Mom, please, you embarrass me. Don't do this."
You know what I call an eyebrow like that? A tadpole eyebrow, like a tadpole.
Yes.
That you want to grow a little bit more. I used to have tadpole eyebrows in high school. Like you overpluck them too much.
Everybody.
It's like our friend Dr. Diamond. He comes on here, and it's like when he's talking to that guy, he's like just scanning your face because that's all he does all day is work on faces. He's just like it's like a robot scanning your face.
Michael's eyebrows are good though.
Yes.
You wouldn't do anything.
A little bit, but I'm not going to talk right now.
Listen, I'm a
this
work in
is
progress.
after work.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So go back to you go to the library, you're looking at Leonardo da Vinci's stuff. Then what happened?
So the owner didn't believe that we could charge enough to the eyebrows to make it work, to be worth it. Because at the beginning, it used to take me like 40 minutes to do eyebrows or 30 minutes. And I really believed so much in eyebrows because every client will come after I fix my own eyebrow and they will say, "Wow, you look different. You look rested. What did you do? You look different." And I started doing their eyebrows and I could see the difference. And to make the story short, the owner didn't believe in it and I decided to open my own business. I rented a room in a salon in Beverly Hills. My husband still didn't have a job, so it was kind of crazy. But I really believed in, and I thought, that's why I came to America. We have to do crazy things. We have to take myself out of the control, the comfort zone, because I was making, I don't even remember, like 2,000 a month at that time, and with my tips and but that wasn't why I came here. I wanted to do more. I wanted to do more, and the sacrifices that I made and I left Romania and I went through that. I wanted to do much more. I rented the room, and from 92 to 96, I worked there. It was kind of scary because I didn't have too many clients, but the room was across the street from Neiman Marcus, and I used to go there and invite all the makeup artists. I used to do eyebrow for free and facials and body waxing, and they would send me clients. I built my clientele, and by 96, I was so busy working 7 days a week. And I decided to open a salon because to fill in eyebrows, I used to mix like some eyeshadow with Vaseline and aloe vera because there were no products for eyebrows. And my clients who used to come back for their service, and they would say, well, Anastasia, my eyebrow looks great when I leave your place, but then after I take a shower, I need that thing that you fill in my eyebrows. So I realized I need to make products. So everything was very organic, It was a need that the client had. I wanted them to look the best. I loved my clients. I had so many incredible women that they follow me. They used to come every 3 weeks. They encourage me. They teach me everything. If I had a question, because remember, I came here and I stayed in a room and worked nonstop. I didn't have time to do anything and go anywhere. And anything that I used to ask them, like, I don't know too much. I want you to teach me. I don't speak the language. Can you teach me? Can you make sure you correct me? Can you make sure you tell me this? How to write a check? I didn't know how to write a check. I didn't have a credit card. I went to the bank and begged them to give me a credit card. They didn't want it to give me because I didn't have nobody in my family had
there's no history.
A history,
yeah.
Yes. And I went to the manager and I said, look, I'm not going to leave the place. Was Wells Fargo in Beverly Hills. Like, you have to, I'm an immigrant. Like, how I can't have a history. And you need to give me a chance. Give me $500. I'm not going to leave this place if you don't give me. And of course he did. He gave me.
So this is so interesting to me because I've been getting my eyebrows waxed since I was in high school. But if you asked me to think before that, I can't remember any places, I'm from San Diego, that were doing what you did. So you sort of,
I invented eyebrows.
That you invented, that is crazy.
Yes.
Like, it is such a thing now to go get your eyebrows done. That is so crazy, that story. You really did, though, because I remember being in 7th and 8th grade and doing them myself at home, and they looked like little tadpoles, and I didn't know what I was doing. There was no eyebrow place to go. You're right.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yes.
So at what point do you get your first celebrity client and realize, oh my God?
I used to get my celebrity when I was in on Melrose Place at Giovanna, Utah. My first client was Cindy Crawford.
Wow.
And
That's a good
all
one
the
to have first.
supermodels.
Especially for eyebrows.
God,
She's the best eyebrows.
She was the most gorgeous. Oh my God. All of them. Naomi Campbell, Stephanie Seymour. They were my clients for facials and body waxing. So I've been so lucky to get the support of my everyday clients, but the validation from my celebrity clients, because it was very important for me to understand that celebrities are very professional. They work with best of the best in the business. So they understand, their eye is so encoded. They understand when something is good. When you are good in what you do,
they have taste.
You master. It's not about taste. I think working with so many people, you develop a quality of understanding exactly. You are a good hairstylist or you are a mediocre
You get
hairstylist.
exposed to the best in
to
their
the
crafts.
Correct.
And then you can recognize
And
quickly when someone's not.
Exactly.
Huh.
So they were, from early times, a lot of celebrity that once I start doing their eyebrows, they will come always, and I shaped their eyebrows with some of the most incredible actresses and supermodels and TV personalities, and they validated my work. They supported me. I celebrated 25th anniversary, and it was such a testament of my work and how much they believed in me, and they celebrated my 25th anniversary. I'm forever grateful for them and all my clients. It was a desire, and all my career I wanted to make my client look the best. It was, of course, I wanted to build a business, but that was not the priority for me. I wanted to be the best, to master my craft. That was my first thing in mind. And I wanted my client to look beautiful and feel confident. And because what makes you beautiful makes you powerful. It is very important. Men and women, I think we are all the same.
Yeah, I think, we've had a lot of successful people on the show, and a common denominator for a lot of those people is they didn't start with the focus of just making money. They started because they have a passion to do something. And I think the rest of it, not that it's easy, but it follows in an easier way if you're excited about what you're doing and if you want to provide value to a client or a customer or whatever. I think the people that get in the most trouble are the ones that they start, I just need to make money for me.
Yes.
It's like, it's very short-lived and it's hard. Yeah.
I agree with you, Michael.
What were the first steps of really putting product out there? And I also would love to hear, because I'm sort of having this problem myself, is how you went from doing the service to the transition of becoming a full-blown businesswoman.
Well, I had to create products for my clients because I was shaping eyebrows, and to fill them in, to create the perfect shape. Very few people have the perfect. We all tweeze our eyebrows, or maybe you have a scar, or maybe whatever. It's the difficulty of having that perfect shape. So I needed to create products. So I created the products. I went to Italy and I started creating the products. Then Nordstrom, the buyers, they visited the salon and they wanted me to sell the products in their stores. Remember, in 1999, I mean, you walked in my salon when paparazzi were not born yet. You walked in my salon in Beverly Hills, and you will see a line of people and women.
Wow.
They used to love them. You will see, I don't know how many celebrities. Everybody was there to get their beauty service, and I had in every single magazines, TV articles, and I was on every daytime show talking about eyebrows, how important eyebrows were. So I did my own PR marketing, I should say, and then they approached me. They wanted to sell the products in Nordstrom, and this is how it started.
I bought your product in Nordstrom's. Now that you just said that. One of my first products was bought in Nordstrom's.
Yes.
We were like 12 when that was going on.
Fashion Valley, actually, we had the brow studios.
In San Diego.
That's where it was. That's where it was.
We had, so I used to go during the week. I used to work in the salon, and in the weekends I used to travel to different stores to talk about the products, to shape the client's eyebrows and show them how to do their eyebrows. Because at that time, early 2000, people didn't know, like, whoa, do I need to use powder in my eyebrows? Was something very new.
It was so new.
Yes.
And I remember, and maybe you still have it now, but there was a palette that every single girl had. It had a slide off thing that showed you different shapes of eyebrows. And you opened it up like a book, similar to this.
Yeah, it was a book.
Yeah,
it was a
and
kit.
it had different
5 steps brow kit.
Yeah, and I
Yes.
used to use it was a long, I now remember this now that we're talking about it. It was a
Yes.
long, thin wood or pink or light something.
Pink was
Yes.
pink because our packaging was pink at that time.
Yes, and I used to use that little book
Yes.
and I probably did it wrong, but I tried to follow
No,
the
of
steps
course.
myself. And then you also, I feel like I had your tweezers, I had your whole kit.
Yeah, I had the tweezers
Yep.
made in Italy,
Yes.
the best tweezer on the planet.
So
And
has
this
your
is-
business been something that like blew up right away? Has it been a slow exponential build? How has the business gone since you launched it?
So I launched in 2000 in Nordstrom's with Brow Studios. Then in 2007, I launched in Sephora and Ulta, slowly. And then in 2015, 16, we started expanding internationally. So it was slow. It wasn't easy because I did it on my own. I
It's
used
been
to
20
do
years.
eyebrows, and every money I was making, I will put back in the business. On another hand, I used to flip homes. That was my part-time job. I would buy a house, I would remodel the house, and then I will sell it 2 years later, and the money, the profit, I will put it in my business. So it was slow because I didn't, until 2018, I didn't have any investing. No
I
investment.
think one of the smartest things too that you're saying too that is so cool is you found a space that no one was looking at, like a white space. You disrupted a category by coming in and really making a brand out of it, and you looked where no one was looking there,
But that everyone needs.
but that everyone needs, and
Correct.
it's really stood out.
Correct. But there are advantages and disadvantages when you do that. First of all, nobody wanted to invest in me. I have friends that I used to beg them, like, come on, invest in my business, because like eyebrows, like, no, it's not such a big deal. We invest in big companies or big businesses. This is one thing.
How do those people feel now?
Yeah. Then you have to do it on your own because you don't have the money. The bank doesn't give you a loan because what do you mean? Even the landlord, that when I rented the space in Beverly Hills, he didn't want to rent me the space because he thought that doing eyebrows, I will not be able to pay the rent. So there are advantages and disadvantages when you are a disruptor.
Yes, but you decided, and was this because of that, to expand out into makeup? Is that the reason you decided to expand the whole line into makeup instead of just brows?
Well, we expanded in makeup in 2014. In 2012, my daughter that started working with me, she was traveling, so I used to take her with me every weekend. And of course, complaining that she's so young and she has to work during in the weekends. So when Instagram started, she came one night for dinner and she said, "Mom, I think this is a great app. We should have a presence there because we could upload, we could put pictures and or video, and we could promote our products, and maybe we don't need to travel that much because it was very tiring to travel." So I was not really believing that much, but I said, of course, let's try it. We posted Brow Wiz after a few days, and of course, we read every single comment. And was one comment that said, "Oh, I wish I could buy this, but because it's so easy, looks like it's easy." And I answered, I said, "Send me your address, I will ship you one." And she said, "Well, you can, because I live in a small village somewhere in India or somewhere, Pakistan or India, I can't remember exactly." So when that happened, I thought, whoa, I will never be able to reach this customer.
But because of Instagram, you now can.
So then we really pushed on Instagram, and by 2014, we were like unstoppable.
And you have a huge Instagram presence
Yes.
compared to other brands.
Yes.
17 million Instagram followers.
No, 19. We have.
19,
Yes.
excuse me. That is crazy.
2 million short, Lauren. You're right.
So once we figure out that we didn't have money to do advertising in the magazine, and so nobody was looking at the Instagram at that time. And we started doing that, and we did actually. This was the first one. We sold out in 2 minutes. In 2 hours, we sold out the contouring kit, and slowly we start introducing the makeup, and the rest is history.
Well, there's also one thing that you also invented is the lip cheat, right? You invented that with the overlining the lips.
Yes.
Explain that to Michael so he doesn't think I'm crazy.
Listen, I've been doing a really good job
But
of
the
keeping
lip
up here. We're going to lose me
No,
in a
the
second.
lip cheat has to do with the golden ratio, right?
Yes. I mean, we had so many ways of explaining the clients how you could create the perfect proportion with your face. If the space here. So this is again, it's a file for patent as well, where how you do the contouring, where you do the cheeks, where you do the highlighting. So part of our brand was at the beginning, and was the nature of the product, eyebrow. Nobody knew how to fill in eyebrows with powder. Not only I will create a product, but I had to educate exactly how to use it. Not only the team, my team, but the customer. So every product that we will create will do the education. And contouring, not that contouring didn't exist before we launched this, but we were the first one to put the contour and highlighting colors and kind of do tutorial on Instagram, how to use it, where to use it, where you use the blush, where you use the highlighter. When we create the highlighter, you use the highlighter where the light hits the most prominent part of your bones on the face, because that will create bigger cheekbones. You put the highlighter on where your nose bridge is, and you contour here. You create any shape of nose you want. So makeup, in my book, is you create a makeup that you use the makeup to create the perfect balance and proportion with your face. You use the contour, the darker color, to minimize a certain feature of your face. You use lighter color to emphasize certain feature of your face. So by using correctly and blending very well, you are able to transform yourself the way you like.
I mean, that's pretty smart. I think it's so genius that you mixed education with it too.
Well, it had to be that way.
Here I am just rolling out of the shower and hitting the moisturizer.
So annoying. That's not true. He has a 10-step skincare
Of
routine.
course,
Don't let it
he
happen.
should.
I'm learning now.
That's why you have such a great skin.
He
Thank you
just
so
used colostrum on his face this
Yeah.
morning, so don't let him fool you.
Well, I get to have people like you on the show, and they tell that you should have seen me before the show started.
That's
Oh my God,
great.
I couldn't even
You know
be on the
what?
light.
I think we all have to learn. I am still learning. I want to learn. I want to absorb everything from everyone. I think it's very important to keep learning.
Is that probably some of your best business advice that you would give our audience?
Absolutely. And don't be afraid to say, you know what, I don't know. I want to learn. I don't know.
I mean, the main reason we started this, and I say it all the time, is we get to learn a little earlier, obviously sitting in person. But the whole point the reason we started this was to learn, right? Because
Absolutely.
we want to find the best people in the best fields and get the greatest information possible out of them.
And I think another advice that I could give everyone is try to focus to become the best in what you do. Master your craft is the most important thing. Once you do that, it's going to be so much easier to achieve what you want to achieve.
Speaking of Da Vinci, have you ever read Robert Greene's book, Mastery?
No?
It reminds me of you.
Yeah.
Outlier.
There's a book, and he's the author's been on this show. He wrote that book,
Really?
The 48 Laws of Power and Laws of Seduction. It's
Yes.
the same book. But the one book he has is called Mastery, and it's exactly what you're talking about, which is focusing on one thing and becoming a master. And he references Da Vinci a lot in the book. You might like that book.
Yes, I
mastery.
will definitely
It's
buy it.
not like this whole episode sounds like she wrote it. I mean, really, it's very similar. It's you've literally mastered
But
what you set out to
the
master.
whole point in the book, though, is that it takes so much time to become a master. But if you do,
Yes,
you can set your life up for such tremendous success.
correct.
It's just most people don't want to put in the time.
What does your day-to-day look like now that you have this massive empire?
I mean, I like to keep myself busy.
What time do you
I
like to
wake
wake up?
up
Tell us your morning.
7:30.
Okay.
I have one espresso, no sugar. And the first thing I grab my phone, I check my emails, Instagram. Then I work out. Then I have small breakfast, easy, because I need to take my vitamins. And then I'm zoomed out until maybe lunch. I will have a short time to grab something to eat. And then again, zooms until like 5-ish, 6.
So it's a lot of building behind the scenes.
Yes. Today, I mean, I came right before I came, I had to approve some batches of deep brow. I still approve all the eyebrow products.
I was going to ask you that. Are you really hands-on with the
yes,
product?
my daughter approves and both of us, but all the makeup, I approve all the eyebrow products. Because every batch is different. Like, for instance, and I keep telling why I'm so involved and why I have to do this. Because to create a product, for instance, this product, this is an auburn color for red hair. When the factory uses exactly the same formula that we establish, we have standards, yes, but they will buy raw materials. When you buy raw materials to make all the makeup products are from the soil. You buy red, you buy yellow, you buy black, the primary colors. So if you buy the red from a different vendor that you bought last time, the red could have a different hues, different tones, could have little blue or a little more orange. So when they mixed here the same amount of red, the color is different. Or the wax or other components that create the texture of the product. They could buy from different vendors, and this is what changes the formula, the product. So you have to make sure we have the standard, we keep it, I try it. I go to the salon, I try it on the girls or more people, and I approve or disapprove, or I would say, hey, reduce red, put more black, or whatever, yellow, or what needs to be adjusted.
If our audience was to start with one product of yours, what is something you're most proud of that you think is universal that everyone will like?
I think Brow Wiz is one of those products that is easy to use. You could be a savvy makeup artist or you could be a beginner. This is a great product to have it.
And it's like a brow pencil with the little spoolie on the
Yes.
end.
It's very detailed. You need to not put too much pressure. When you do eyebrow, you don't need to put too much pressure.
Huh.
Yes.
I might be putting too much pressure.
Yeah, you don't need to put too much pressure, just a little bit, and very slightly. You apply it and you blend. That's why every product that I have, you have the application pencil and you have the brush. On the brushes for the deep brow or for the powder, again, you have the applicator and you have the brush. The key of a great looking eyebrows is to blend, to create more natural look. And you always have to use kind of two colors ideally, because you want to create a 3D effect. So you use one lighter color, one shade lighter than your hair,
Okay.
to create the base, which you want to mimic a full eyebrows, which the hair, your natural hair, gives you a shadow on your skin. So by picking one shade lighter color than your eyebrow, you create that shadow of a natural eyebrow, full natural eyebrow. And then with the one shade darker, you could create hair strokes. And you could do that with many products. With
Which
the deep
color
brow.
should I get? What are the two colors I should get? Since
Well,
have
I
your hair?
will use a soft brown as a base
Okay.
for you. And I don't know, are you heavy-handed or you are soft-handed?
Heavy-handed. So I want.
Heavy.
You just said to
Don't
go
you see all my
softer.
bruises?
So now I'm going to go
Yes.
softer.
Yes, it's very important. Like this is ebony. You could go this or you could go this. Eyebrow should always, when you do you see?
Soft-handed. Okay.
Very
So
soft-handed.
do ebony, soft-handed, and soft
Oh,
brown.
no, not
No.
ebony for you.
Okay.
No. I will use soft brown. Soft brown. What do you like to use as hair strokes?
Like how do I brush them?
No, how you create hair stroke. This is
That's a pen, right? A little
yes,
pen.
this is plan. So I will use soft brown as
Okay.
a base.
Okay.
You create and then I will use this.
That's so cool.
This is how you do it.
I've never tried that one. That one's cool.
Oh, this
That's a
is the
pen.
best. You need a Kleenex. You clean it. You shake
So
it.
we got Kleenex back
You
there?
clean it. No, it's okay.
Sure he does.
So, and
Every
then
corner.
Oh,
you
that's
go,
cool.
do you see?
Taylor, you guys have to go watch this on YouTube. This is so cool.
You see?
Wow, that looks like real little hairs.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So you do this.
Wait, can you know how you told me I need one more layer right
Yeah,
here?
you
Will
could
you
do
show
this.
me how to do that?
Oh, absolutely. And you brush to blend. Now then the ink will blend a little bit with your hair.
I've never used that before. I can't believe I've never seen that.
That's okay.
Is it called,
always.
what is it called?
Brow pen?
Brow pen. Okay.
So you go like this.
You guys, this looks like real hair.
Yeah. I could
Are you a
create-
fan of a microblade?
No, no.
I know you were going to
Sorry.
say that. That's why I asked.
No, I'm not. Microblading looks amazing for 3 weeks.
This is actually like watching an artist paint. You guys
see?
have to go watch this. She's filling in her brows, but
You see?
it looks like you're drawing
Yes.
real hair on.
Yes, because this is how it works. You see?
Wow.
And key is, again, don't do this.
Right.
You just barely. You always need to use your pinky to secure your hand.
Okay.
To be easier to maneuver, and then you just go like this.
Whoever has eyebrows, go watch this on YouTube because this is a good tip. So then you take the brow pencil,
Yes.
and what do you do on top of that? The brow pen, because you said you use them together.
Yeah, you use this first
Got
to
it.
create the
shape.
shape, and then you use this to create hair strokes.
And then what about like clear brow gel? Would you use
Yes.
that
So
after?
then after this, what I use, I take, this is how I did my eyebrows. I take brow freeze with
That
the
is amazing.
spatula.
Oh my God.
This is good for you as
Yeah.
well. I'm going to use on Michael right now.
Oh my God, I gotta film this.
Okay.
This is so
Do I
cool.
gotta
You get
lean
your
my
eyebrows
face?
done by
Do I
the
gotta
queen
lean
of
my
eyebrows.
face over there?
This should be always closed because in contact with the air will
Okay.
dry and gets white. So you.
Hold on.
I'm gonna come over to you.
Yeah, you come over there. Michael will come over there.
Yeah. Okay.
Hold on.
Michael, have a seat here, darling.
This is so cool.
You tap this, not too much product, okay? And then, I mean,
That feels pretty nice.
this is what we do. So Michael has beautiful full eyebrows,
Yes, Lauren.
but his hair goes down, okay? This, no, look, it's gonna open his eye.
It's like I'm awake now, huh?
No, look, Michael, please.
Oh my God! Don't let me out on the streets. Oh,
Let me see, let me see.
You know.
Wait, hold on. I have to show the difference. This is so crazy.
Yes.
The difference of this is,
Look,
see, the problem
You see?
is
You better not let me out on the streets now, Lauren. I'm not gonna be able to
it
make
looks
it down
like
the
you're
road.
awake. The other
Yes.
one looks
Oh,
like you're
yeah.
asleep,
Yes.
like a clown.
no, oh my God,
No.
no.
She's trying to keep me humble because she knows what this is gonna mean for me.
So if you tweeze or you do anything or cut your eyebrow because you have strong and probably long eyebrow, don't cut them that much here because you cut them here and it droops your eye. So
Well, you know,
do you hear that,
should've-
Michael?
You should have seen me a few weeks ago because
Uh-huh.
I wasn't doing anything, and Lauren just sent me to our friends,
Okay.
and they, did me up.
okay, so let me show you. Look in the mirror because I want to.
So what she's saying is don't
So
cut the top
don't
of your
cut the
eyebrows
top
because
that
that'll
much.
droop your eye.
Lauren,
Okay.
when have I cut my eyebrows?
what you're
don't know,
doing in
but
there with the scissors. There's
yeah.
all kinds of weird shit. you're
men
doing.
usually they feel
If I tried to
like,
cut my own eyebrows, I would cut my whole eye off probably.
yeah.
What do men feel like? Tell me.
So they cut their eyebrow too much.
Okay.
They go like this and they trim too much, which is normal. I understand, but I think it's good. You should go to the salon in Beverly Hills. I will have the girls take good care of you.
No, I'm only coming to see you.
You can't see her.
No,
Yeah,
look,
yeah, I don't like to go. You
Wait,
can't.
hold on. Look at the difference between
You can't
your
palm me
eyebrows.
off now. Now that I'm getting
Taylor,
it from the best,
post-
I can't go down. Not that
Look
the
at
girls
the
aren't great,
difference.
but
girls are trained. Yes.
I know. But now that I know I got it from the best, I can't.
I
know,
can see your
Michael,
eyes
look-
now.
look
You
at
don't
them.
look like Charlie Brown.
No. Do you,
I have one really strong eyebrow right now. The other one's kind of hanging there, but I'm
do
good.
you see the difference?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
No?
it's more handsome and groomed.
No. No. Stay here because
Oh.
I need to do the
You don't want to
other
have one
'cause I-
eyebrow like
Well,
that.
okay. Well, I didn't know. I'm trying to keep the timing in
Yes.
mind here on the show.
So it's important for a man to groom their eyebrows. Okay?
That's
Look-
okay. We can put it on YouTube.
Oh, sorry. Look at this. So you use brow freeze first.
Hmm.
And
Damn, you should get this product 100%, Michael. This is the product you need. After his skincare routine, right?
yeah, this is his. I'm going to leave it for Michael because I use it on him so I can.
If I see him using brow freeze tomorrow in the mirror, I'm going to send you guys a video because he will.
Yes, we need.
He's very like groomy with his
We
stuff.
need-
Listen,
and
once I know how to do something.
I need a clear.
You better pay
brow
attention to
gel.
what she's doing.
Oh, it's a lot of steps now, though. Now I'm getting lost.
No,
Sorry.
you use the brow freeze, and then what?
Uh-huh. Brow freeze, and I use a little bit of brow pen just to show him where his eyebrow needs to be.
I have a scar under that eye.
You don't need your whole life story.
Well, I just say, it's part of the.
No, it's okay.
something I have to accommodate for.
And then we use clear brow gel. Once clear brow gel will
That's good.
dry,
Hmm.
his eyebrows is good. Excuse me.
Michael, that looks really good.
Look how good.
I
Wait.
honestly, Michael, it looks
Open-
like you got a
so-
little bit of a lift.
So Michael, because he has thick eyebrows, but not too much. He has hooded eyes. Okay. So the idea is we need to clean this little bit, but save this part.
Oh.
You understand? His eyebrow. Look how good. This
Okay,
is-
but
I'm a new man.
Can you
Thank
do
you.
mine so I can film what you do to mine?
Sure.
Okay, sorry.
So
What's happening is Lauren got really jealous that I look so great now, and now
Well,
she's
I
trying
think
to,
it's interesting what you said about how I need to grow
mhm.
a line
The
underneath.
lower
That looks
part.
so. You know what? It matches your
You see?
hair. Yeah,
Yes.
because
everything
we
slicks
could
back.
see you now.
yeah, we
Okay.
can see.
Oh, great.
Here.
Okay.
We've done a lot of these shows. I can't say I've had my eyebrows done on the show before yet, so
Yeah.
this is a first. Be careful, I'm out there tonight.
So I'm using 3 products at home: the brow pencil, the brow pen, and the clear brow gel.
Yeah. Now, twist. What I will suggest to your listeners or people that are listening, eyebrow is a little bit more challenging. Is almost like I like to cook, but I'm not a chef, but I try. I'm practicing. So the same, take 20 minutes of your day off and practice when you use a new product.
I don't think you understand
See?
who you just got your eyebrows done by. Like, I don't think you understand. You're
What do
never
you
going to get
think?
your eyebrows like this done again. I'm obsessed. I mean, I'm watching. You're right. I have to practice,
me
but
to
to
do it
match
now?
it to your eyebrow, I don't think I should do that.
I mean, that would be a challenge.
Yeah,
would it
I'm not going to try.
No?
No, you can do it. I'm going to watch you though,
Sure.
so I can
Yeah,
learn.
yeah.
Do you show celebrities how to put it in every
course.
single day?
Of course.
So you draw your line.
Yeah.
And then you went a little bit longer.
Okay. Yes.
Then you,
And don't do too boxy here, the eyebrows.
yeah, people have you seen this mistake on Instagram of people, they make it
Straight?
too
Yeah.
boxed.
No, I don't.
No, it doesn't look feathery. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Can eyebrows change styles?
What do you mean by change style?
Meaning, like, is the style of the eyebrow the same as it was 10 years ago because of the golden ratio, or is the style
No,
changing?
ideally, the golden ratio, you should have the same shape. What the style should change with different products, different color. Maybe you were blonde 2 years ago, now you are brunette. You know what I
Right.
mean? You change the colors.
So you're filling in the ends with the brow pen.
Yes. And you clean with
Anywhere else with that?
Hmm?
Anywhere else with the brow pen?
pen.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could go everywhere.
And very light stroke.
Very light stroke.
Okay.
You.
Wow, that does
paint-
widen my eyes. You
you
know what
see?
it does? It widens to my temple, which makes my temples wider, which is better for
Of
youth.
course.
Dr. Diamond taught me
There
that.
we are. Don't tell Dr. Diamond, because then you have your eyebrows done. You don't need
I
anything
don't need
else.
it. I don't need any temple filler.
Yes.
It like fills the temples on its own.
And when you do the inner part, you do it this way. So here you hold like this, and here you go this way.
Do you think anyone should leave a house without their eyebrows filled?
No, always they have to have their eyebrows filled. Anything else, you could manage, but if you have the eyebrows done, right?
Look at that. I'm like a new woman. Watch out for me.
Can let me have my moment. But
No. Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. It does really widen my eyes.
You need, yes. The eyebrow needs to be, the measurements,
I feel honored to have my eyebrows done by you, especially after knowing your story. I mean it.
Thank you.
I'm serious.
I feel lucky that you did his eyebrows because now I get to look at this handsome, groomed face.
I'm gonna go brag about it at dinner.
You should
Be like,
brag about
guess
it.
who I got my
But you know,
eyebrows done by.
he spends so much time on his hair in the morning.
I don't
Yes.
spend that much time,
Oh, you
honestly.
do.
No, I don't. I
He
really
does.
don't.
It's the hair
getting
is
a
a
haircut
whole
tomorrow, actually.
thing.
Thank God he has amazing hair.
I'm reminded every day. He tells me every day.
Yes.
Tell me, what else
So-
is nice about me?
So to have now the eyebrows matching with the hair, it's
Mhm.
important.
For sure.
I'm feeling good, feeling confident now.
I
Yes.
feel so lucky and grateful to have my eyebrows done by you. You really are the queen of eyebrows. It makes such a difference on the temples. I'm going to take
Thank you.
a selfie and post it on Instagram. You guys can watch this on YouTube. Can we do a code for our audience?
Of course.
Okay. What do they get the whole site off? Is it 20% off the whole site or is it just certain things?
Yeah, they could get 20%.
Amazing. Can we use code SKINNY for the whole site?
Skinny. That's a good code, actually.
That's the code we use for everything. Skinny
Yes.
They'll
Confidential.
remember it because they use it for everything.
Yes.
You guys can use code SKINNY on what's the website?
Anastasia Beverly Hills.
Amazing. That is so generous. I personally, you guys, if you're looking to upgrade your brows, I would recommend the Brow Wiz, the Brow Pen, and the Clear Brow Gel. That's what I would recommend starting with. And Michael
Yes.
would recommend the Brow Freeze.
For men is great.
For men, it's amazing. Honestly, everyone should just buy it for their husband. Just a little
Yes.
nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Where can everyone find you on Instagram? Where can they find you personally to say hi?
So my personal Instagram, it's Anastasia Soare,
Okay.
Soare, the last name. And the business is Anastasia Beverly Hills. That's our Instagram. And I recommend if you get the products, watch videos. We have so many videos on Instagram, and you could learn how to apply it the best way.
Amazing. And you guys said we could do a giveaway. Can we give away my favorites? My
Of
favorite
course.
products? Okay. All you guys have to do is follow at Anastasia on Instagram,
Anastasia Beverly Hills.
at Anastasia Beverly Hills on Instagram. And tell us your favorite takeaway. There were so many of this podcast on my latest post at Lauren Bostick. Thank you for coming on. I learned so much in this episode. You're welcome back anytime.
Thank you.
so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
What a fun episode.
To Michael and Lauren that
Yes.
have perfect eyebrows.